Oh, it just started without me hitting start. That surprised me. Like a Zoom video starting and you're trying to put your pants on. Hey everybody, squeezing this in. Morning, buddy. Squeezing this in, post morning training inputs, getting ready for a Zoom where I will be transported through this little device to Australia to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. One of the benefits of technology, if we use it wisely. Can't stop thinking about this scar tissue post or scar tissue topic. It's just rattling around in my head, and there's just so much that you could spin off of it tangent to this that's important as a teachable opportunity. And if you want a deeper dive, oh my God, passion fruit, guys, I don't know where this is coming from. If the crows are oh no, it's right there. Look at those vines. Thank you. I got passion fruit. A personal story on scar tissue and my experience with scar tissue, not just professionally, but within my own life, because what I do professionally is led by how I live. They're not two separate entities, which is a paradox in medicine and healing, because not many people live how their medicine is applied, and thus are confused when their body responds in a certain way, but their certifications say otherwise. Yikes. So, if you're interested in a deeper dive into my scar tissue story, it was pretty cool, over on the subscription page. But scar tissue, not a bad thing. It is not a process to be stopped. It is not a process to be corrected. There is no pathology within the world of scar tissue or the response of scar tissue. Again, it's your body creating a temporary bridge while a new road is being built underneath. If that temporary bridge wasn't there, the new road would not have an opportunity, and you would be more open to damage and attack and less able. And the human is designed to make sure and ensure your survival and adaptation. And so it just fits within that. Now let's go a step further. Scar tissue's laid down. We go ahead and prematurely break it up with a technique, or even our hands passively, or somebody else's hands worse off, or a tool of some kind, breaking up scar tissue before the body determines it's time to break it up with natural processes. Now, scar tissue is not typically going to break up with you just sitting around praying for it to break up, or you sitting around, I'm just going to let my body do its thing. And again, that's a big, how my page and message gets misconstrued for that, where it's, so I just sit here and just let my body do whatever. Not even close to what I'm saying. And if that's puzzling or concerning, schedule a call with me and we'll go deeper dive, but that's not what I'm saying. If you listen to what my message is. So if you get in the way of this natural process, you will create a reason for the body to make more scar tissue, or to create changes up and down the river, up and down the channel, to get your attention even more, or to protect the system even more, because you just took away part of the defense, part of the temporary deployment, so to speak. So now let's go a step further. Could you imagine if we somehow, with a treatment or a supplement or a pill or a medication or some form of medicine, got rid of the sweating response because it was just annoying and uncomfortable? Holy shit, we would die. And actually, people are getting Botox injected into their armpits so they don't sweat. So that's a whole other post, whole other fucked up world in the use of something that has no business being termed medicine or solution or therapy or treatment of any kind. But here we are with Botox. But could you imagine if we shut down that response, or if we went in and somehow created a way for us to eat more than our stomach could hold because we just really love the sensation of food, or we were told that we need more nutrients, but your body only has the capacity to digest and assimilate so much, but we have this ability to shut down the response and just fill. You'd rupture your stomach, you'd rupture your guts, you wouldn't digest anything. You would have healing responses all over the digestive system as another means besides the initial, which would be vomit. So we'd stop the vomiting process. Could you imagine if we got in the way of any of this? These processes are no different than scar tissue. We have no problem going, okay, if we train, move our bodies in a way we haven't before, which is what we're supposed to do on a daily basis, every single one of us. One of the most important essentials, and we move them to an intensity level and we create damage, and there's details, and we have consistency, we break down muscle. And muscle, then that damage triggers a hormone response and a blood flow response and a digestive response and a craving response, a relationship. It creates all these changes. But what do you sense the next 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks? Soreness. It's expected. Could you imagine if we've tried to find some way, and that's where we are, where you didn't have the response of soreness, you would never have the response of growth, and that's what we have. Repair, you would never trigger that. But for some reason, soreness after training and stimulating the body is different than scar tissue or inflammation or warts or blisters or a skin reaction or a hormone shift. We can't pick and choose what processes we deem healthy, natural responses, and those are pathological. Across the board, it is all healthy, healing, adaptive responses. Now, they're for you, nobody else. They are not for a practitioner. They are not for a partner or spouse. They are not for a grandparent. They're for you. So when I say healthy, it's like, so me sitting around and getting bed sores is healthy. It is a perfect, beautiful healing response to your chosen life. Now, what does it lead that person if they're alive? They have an option. But again, we could go into extremes and everyone's going to find holes in this argument because they're going to go to these crazy ass extremes that don't apply. And again, we could go into gray, but let's look at the root foundation of truth. Every response the body creates is a healing and adaptation response. Scar tissue is no different. Muscle soreness is no different. Vomiting, fevers is no different. Sweating and shivering. If we shut down shivering and then create your ability to force you to have to change and train and create the opportunity to become more tolerant to temperature shifts, or to just go get a fucking coat, or to move your ass to a warmer location because it's important to you, or to change your metabolism and change your metabolic profile so you can sustain temperature shifts, whatever the thing is. But if we went ahead and got in the way of these natural processes, we wouldn't be here. That's what is at stake here. That is what is at hand with all forms of medicine, the way people talk. And why do we think, vomiting is essential, or snot, or a sneeze is essential, or a cough is essential, or muscle soreness or a blister or a callus? But scar tissue, inflammation, diarrhea, tumors are completely different. Why? Because the stories have been captured around these things. Everyone, from cinema to pop culture to the fucking news now of the death of a prominent figure and all that's spiraling around this whole thing, my God. This story is never ending. And unless you are living and equipped in a way to where you can observe these words put in a specific order that are creating a certain shape and picture in your mind, for you to be able to peacefully look at that story and go, and see the holes in it, we're talking about programming. No different than me right now, right? I'm suggesting words in a certain order to get you to start thinking differently. Beauty part is I didn't create the story. I didn't make the body. I have no stake in the business of human creation. Therefore, what do I have to gain other than my own selfish existence? So, scar tissue, inflammation, nosebleeds, ringing of the ears, hair falling out, sweating, tightness, a bone spur, porous bones, brittle bones, a callus, fingernails growing, goosebumps, blinking, salivating, tumors, swelling, pain. It's all coming from the same place. Can't stop any of it. It is there for us to use to know what to change, when to change, how to change, why to change it. For us, nobody else. When I have a scar tissue response in my body because of a life choice that I have that creates an opportunity for an injury, and now I go in and try to heal this thing, when I have the response with it and reaction with it, nobody else is going through this at the same time. Therefore, nobody can tell me what to do, when to do, how to do, how much to do. It's got to be me. That was for me. I'm the only one that felt it. I'm the only one who went through that experience from my version. And my life and everything up to it took me to that point and took me to this point now. And I'm different today than I was 21 days ago, or 21 seconds ago, same as you. So again, there is no process in the body that's pathological, and it's time we start looking at everything that our body does to respond to our environment is all coming from the same place, trying to do the same thing. There aren't ones that are healthy and ones that are dangerous and emergency. There aren't ones that are beneficial and then ones that are pathological. It is one friggin' road, and it's called healing and adaptation. All right. Have a good day, everybody.